If you can't afford to pay cash for a house, you're in good company. In 2019, 80% of home buyers used a mortgage to close the deal, according to the National Association for Realtors. The younger you are, the most likely you are to need a mortgage to buy a home. And the more likely you are to ask the question, how much home can I afford? Today, we're going to dive into at least 6 things lenders take in consideration when quoting how much house you can afford. Stay tuned. You do not want to miss today's episode. To another episode of RoQuanda's Real Estate Real Talk, and I am RoQuanda Guy, an EXP Realtor located in Palm Beach County. My goal is to educate you so that you can make an informed decision for you and your family. Now let's go ahead and dive into today's topic of how much home can I afford? The first thing lenders look at is income. Income is the most obvious factor in how much money or how much house you can afford. Many people believe the more money I make, the more house I can get. Kind of, sort of. It depends on how much of your income is already spoken for towards debt. Now let's go ahead and dive into understanding a little bit more about debt. Now the debt is your car payments and your credit card and your student loans and personal loans. At a minimum, lenders add up the total amount of your monthly income debts, and they want to see for the next 10 months or longer how much you are paying on debt, which will help to significantly determine how much of a house you can really afford. Debt to income ratio, also known as DTI, lenders care a lot about this number. They want to make sure that you do not overextend yourself and unable to pay your mortgage payment. There are 2 types of DTI. You have the front end and you have the back end. The front end only includes your housing payments. Lenders usually do not want you to spend more than 31 to 36% of your monthly income on principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. Now let's say that your total income for the month is $7,000, right? And your housing payments should not be more than $2,170 to $2,520. Now the back-end DTI adds up your existing debt to your proposed mortgage monthly payments. Now the DTI, lenders do not want it to be higher than 41 to 50%, depending on the mortgage you are applying for. And the credit score and your down payment does affect it tremendously. Now let's say that your car payment and your credit cards and your student loans all add up to $1,050 per month. That's 15% of your income. Your proposed housing payment then should be somewhere between 26% and 35% of your income, which is roughly $1,820 to $2,450 a month. Now, down payments is significant. Most people put anywhere between 3 to 5% down. The more you put down, like 20%, it takes away your mortgage insurance, which helps to free up more cash that you can put towards your principal and your interest, which helps you to have a bigger house. Now the credit score, the higher your credit score, the more house you can afford with the same down payment. A high credit score would get the buyer a lower interest rate, and the lower interest rate, the more money you can afford to borrow. Other factors that take in consideration of how much house you can afford is closing costs. Now, the closing costs usually run anywhere between 2 to 5% of the total purchase price. Now, that is important, and that is taken into consideration. The property taxes are also taken into consideration. You always want to check with the county website or call them and find out the accurate taxes for the home that you're looking for. Other factors are homeowners association, mortgage insurance, flood insurance, homeowner fees and maintenance fees, utilities, lifestyle expenses, and how much cash you have in reserve. All of these things are used to see how much home you really can afford. Now, we all want more home than we can afford. The real question would be, how much are you willing to settle for? A good answer would be that you want to buy a house that you do not regret buying, and a house that does not require you to do immediate upgrades within the next few years. My recommendation would be for you to talk to your loan officer, talk to your real estate agent, get all of your questions answered before you move forward. If I could be of any service to you, leave the questions below. I promise I'll get back to you and I'll answer them. Reach out to me by email or text or even call me. I'll leave a link that's available. I love educating. And if you find this information to be beneficial, and if you liked it, go ahead and give me a like. Go ahead and hit the bell so that you can receive notifications each and every time I do videos very similar to this in content. Until the next video, you guys, be blessed and safe and have an awesome day. Bye-bye.